Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Alright, well, let's get down to the brass task of things. Let's get on to this What If. After Izuku's little trip to Earth, Kuroka kept an extremely close eye on Izuku. When Volley returned, she forbid Izuku to go to Earth again until further notice. She began training him immediately after his little field trip to Earth. Hydras are a clear state when they're first born. They soak up as much information they can until they go into their next state of growth. After a few years training with Folly and gaining knowledge by something humans called the internet, Izuku wasn't sure how they gained access to this internet thing. Kuroka only mentioned that it's the double version of the internet that humans have access to. When Izuku, when Izuku gained a certain amount of mental maturity, he encased himself with a oozing purple cocoon substance that was quite large in front of the manor. He did it by instinct because the room he was staying in or living in wasn't adequate. He needed a large area to go through his metamorphosis. Bali and Kuroka had no knowledge what Izuku was going through during his cocoon state. They simply watch over the cocoon until Izuku emerges. Even author Pendragon and his sister were curious of the evolution of a Hydra. They've only heard of myths and legends of the Hydra species. While standing in front of the yard, everyone sensed they have incoming devils. As several magical circles appeared, Kuroka, we have incoming devils. We finally found you, stray devil Kuroka. What the hell is that thing behind her? It doesn't matter. Take out the stray. Volley and Kuroka and the rest of Team Valley begin the battle between the devils. Each devil they defeat, 5 take its place as magical circles after magical circles appear. The devils are a mixture between low tier and several high tier devils made their appearance, keeping Team Val occupied. Valley is in her dividing scale now battling a couple super tier devils. Kuroka, her kimono has tears in it from the battle she's been during the battle she's been fighting against couple of the devils. She's been holding her own currently, but if this goes on any longer, she won't be so fortunate. Until the cocoon starts to pulse energy, all the devils stop fighting to turn their head towards the cocoon. As the cocoon starts to crack, each fragment of the cocoon dissolves into nothingness when it's about to hit the ground. The whole cocoon finally cracked as everyone sees a figure covered in some sort of purple ooze that is slowly forming into clothes. As Izuku's face and hair are finally exposed, everyone sees a young man around the age of, give me a second here, 16 or 17 years old with long green hair that almost touches the ground from the length alone. The purple ooze fully formed into clothes. Izuku finally opens his green glowing eyes. Awaken from your slumber, my Longinus. When the young Hydra spoke, they could hear several voices that isn't his own, mixture between male voices and female voices. We are betrayal, malice, and hatred. We are the true master of the void. And descend on my prey. Awaken and feast on their flesh and bones. Awaken, decay, void Hydra Emperor. As a black Hydra gauntlet formed on both Izuku's arms, reaching up to his shoulder, both gauntlets have one purple gem on each gauntlet, in the middle of the gauntlet, for both hands basically. Decay Hydra Paradise. As several Hydra-like snakes shoot from the shadows and latch on to several of the devils on their skin and decaying them in an alarming rate, killing several of them. As we cut to a flashback, before exiting the cocoon, where am I? What is this place? So you are our host. Izuku sees a 9-head Hydra hovering over him like he's prey. Well met, Hydra hatchling. We are Decay. We've been observing you for quite amount of We've been observing you for quite some time. We want to know what are your goals, young Hydra. So you are my Longinus. Interesting. Interesting. Introductions are in order first. I'm Izuku, and for my desires, I haven't put much thought in it, outside of what my mother wants. Outside of fighting strong opponents and protecting my big sisters. Those are my desires for now. That may change in the future. Very well, Izuku. We will grant you our power for now. We will ask you again in the future what your desires will be. If we do not approve of it, we will devour you. That is acceptable for now. Decay. We will be watching you, young Hydra. Good luck, Izuku. We will be watching you. We'll see if you're capable of wielding our power. End of the flashback. All the devils start to walk backwards when they see when the Hydra steps forward. Each step he took, the shadow seems to dance around him like a play. Fascinating. Amazing technique. Void Hydra Emperor. When the devils tried to retreat, Izuku snapped his fingers, breaking all of their magic circles. Who said any of you could leave? I'm not done testing our power. You must stay, after all. We need a proper test subjects. Now how's that in your lives? After all, you did come after my sister. And you'll have to die. But I won't kill you quickly. After all, I need to experiment now. Who's going to be the first volunteer? But I'm not a soulless creature. I'll give you a chance. Come, strike me down if you can. As he stretches out his arms from both sides in a gesture to attack him. I'll give you the first move, devils. The rest of the devils look very nervous and scared, but ultimately they attack all at once. Volley and Kuroko were very worried about Izuku. Volley stopped Kuroko from trying to stop the devils from harming Izuku. Volley simply gave her a look as she stand down. After their magical barrage of attacks hidden Izuku from their sight, the smoke has finally dissipated as everyone sees Izuku missing half of his body. As all the devils have a confident expression on their face, thinking they got this in the bag, but their confident expressions switch to pure horror as Izuku regenerates his body in an alarming rate in mere seconds. He regenerated his body like he was never damaged in the first place. So that's what pain feels like. A very interesting sensation. Is that all? Such a pity. It's my turn now. You're a monster. Me a monster. I guess I would be considered a monster from your point of view. In my point of view, you're nothing but ants waiting to be crushed. Big Sister Volley and Big Sister Kuroka, I suggest you relocate the manor while I play with my new toys. I'll come find you when I'm done. Very well, Izuku, just don't die. I don't plan to, Big Sister. After all, they did not come after me originally. But I can't have them hurt my big sisters. As everyone opens a magical circle, as they disappear from the manor, as the manor slowly disappeared afterwards, they had that in place just in case their position was discovered. Now, shall we continue, gentlemen? Don't fear the brat. He might be strong, but he's only one kid. We outnumber him. If we gang up him, we'll end him. We'll end him fast. A very solid strategy you got there, devils. The void Hydra gauntlets disappear. The devils were confused why his sacred gear dissipate from his arms. You're probably wondering why I disengaged my longitis. The simple fact that your weaklings are not worthy of my longitis. My current power are adequate to deal with you pests. Izuku morphs his arms into his Hydra claws. He disappeared from the devil's sight as several devils fall into pieces as Izuku reappears in the middle of all the devils. Void spheres shoot out of the shadows, impaling them, killing a good portion of them. I'm quite surprised you lot have survived that last attack, no matter. Without any warning, shadow-like Hydra surfaced from Izuku's shadow, rushing towards the devils and beginning to slaughter the rest of the devils that survived his last attack, dragging them into the shadows. While the devils are being dragged into the shadows, only thing can be heard was their screams. Several hours later, several hours later, as Kuroko turns to Volley, do you think Izuku's alright? There was a lot of high-tier devils there. Don't worry, the kid's strong. He's Ophi's son, after all. A Hydra magical circle appeared in the middle of the room. At first, Volley was on alert, but Now seeing the Hydra magic circle, she relaxed, so did Kuroka. Volley walked up to Izuku when he reappeared, examined if he had any injuries. Good, you're in one piece. As she slapped him in the back of the head. What was that for, big sister Volley? Don't do that again, you idiot. But I'm glad you're back safe and sound. A black blur as Kuroka gives Izuku a big hug. Can you explain to me why you look so much older now? I really don't know myself. My new appearance might have something to do with me being a Hydra. Kuroka, release him. You're no fun, Volley. But your new appearance does provide us with a good opportunity. What are you scheming, Volley? You don't mean you don't mean to send him to that school. He's the perfect age. It would be a good idea to have someone keep an eye on the devils, especially the gremories. And by the off chance the red one shows up in the city, it's good to have someone keep an eye on the Red Dragon Emperor. And if he's going to be a threat, I could easily defeat the red one at any time. Albion might want to fight the red one, but I do not. I don't share that same desire. That may change that may change by he or she's worth. I want you to attend Kuo Academy and keep an eye on the devil's operations, but don't reveal yourself. So I take it you want me to go undercover? Indeed. I'll leave the fate of the red one in your hands, Izuku. Are you sure? Isn't that supposed to be your internal rival? It's Albion's rival, not mine. I want to fight strong opponents, not some high school brat. I'll I'll find you be other. I find you more worthy as a rival than anyone from that human school. Considering of your considering of your blood lineage, I'll make sure I'll have the documents forged so the two high-class devil families will not catch on. While while you're at Kuo Academy, I want you to conceal your aura at all times. What do I do if I get discovered? Just act just act like you're unaware of the supernatural world. If they catch on, just be careful. Some splinter fallen angel group is operating in Kuo currently. That's not that's not involved with the gremory. After all, you're still part human for now. After all, you're still part human for now. You might be less human now than you were. The devils will most likely assume that you're human. If that's what you wish, big sister, Volley, I'll keep I'll keep you informed what I discover when I attend this Kuo Academy. By the off chance they ask you to join their peerage, I want you to accept. You're powerful enough to pique their interest, but not too powerful not to be reincarnated as a devil. The closer you are to them, the better. After all, the crimson-haired ruined princess is quite powerful for her age. No one is powerful as me, but not everyone can be as talented as me. You should get some rest. You'll be heading to Kuo tomorrow. The next day, as the young man with green hair steps out of the airport, holding onto a suitcase, walking into the taxi, that the young man rode the taxi back to the place where Wally told him to go. He stepped out of the taxi at a old manor. The young man walked into the dusty That's dusty matter that hasn't been occupied for quite some time. So this is what Big Sister Volley mentioned. It's time to fix this place up. Out of nowhere, all the dust and cobwebs begin to disappear as all the old furniture magically turn into new in a mere instant. Much better. As he dusts his hands off, approving of what work he's done, Izuku decided to get his Kuo Academy uniform in town from a local store that everyone buys their uniforms for different schools in the district. While walking down the street, he saw three human boys running from a woman. By the looks of her, she's highly upset, screaming perverts, as Izuku cackles a little bit at the boys' antics. As Decay made contact with Izuku, be wary of that one, hatchling. He holds the red dragon emperor. Interesting. So he's the red one. The human hasn't awakened it yet. He could be a threat. I suggest you eliminate him while you can. I'll take that under advisement. I'm going to observe the boy for a while. I'll determine if he needs to be removed from the playing field. After getting the Kuo Academy uniform, Izuku pinned down Issei's home and routine. He came to realize he's quite the pervert. He honestly doesn't hate the guy. He finds the guy quite funny, but he could pose a threat to his sister's plans, so he ultimately decided that he needs to die. Before the devils catch on to his before the devils catch on he's the wielder of the Red Dragon Emperor. It's best to get rid of him before he becomes a problem. Seems like Decay. It looks like we're not the only ones shadowing the boy. Izuku noticed a fallen angel keeping an eye on the human called Issei. For a brief second, Rainer sensed someone watching her, but couldn't pin down who it was or the location. She felt the aura. Ultimately, she continued her mission. Considering the fallen angels following him around, taking him out while he's on the streets of the city is a no-go. I'm going to have to do something very unpleasant. What are you plotting? What are you actually plotting, hatchling? Well, if I can't get rid of him while he's in the city, I must strike while he's at his house, killing the entire family. As much as I hate to go about this, in such a manner, it must be done. I cannot allow him to be a threat in the future. I'll strike him down before the new school year starts, before he actually enters Kuo Academy. Judging what information I gathered, he's attending the school. So I eradicate the boy and his family. I'll burn the house down to cover my tracks. You're a lot more vicious than I gave you credit for, hatchling. Of course I am. I'm a Hydra. Even though I have human in my blood. But my Hydra side overwhelms my human side. I'll give the human a few more days to enjoy his life while he can. Enjoy your life, Issei Hyudu, while you can. A few days has passed. Izuku continued to watch Issei in his daily life of going to school and, and peeking on women, hanging around those two other humans. He continues to observe them and the fallen angel as well, in case he has to kill her as well. Until the day has finally arrived for him, what he has to do, even though he doesn't really want to do it, but it must be done. Izuku walk up to the Hayudu residence during the afternoon while Issei and his friends were upstairs playing some hentai game. When Mr. Hayudu answered the door, as Izuku used the cover as he's one of Issei's new friends. The moment Mr. Hayudu let him in, once he turned his back to Izuku, as soon as he stepped away from the door, turned his back, as he stepped inside, as immediately he made a barrier over the house, keeping everyone from hearing the screams what's about to transpire here tonight. With one single chop motion of his hand, he decapitated Mr. Hayudu. As the man's body dropped to the ground, as his head rolls around on the floor, when Mrs. Hayudu walked out of the kitchen, Izuku moves with increased speed, shoving his hand and ripping out Mrs. Hayudu's heart. As he catches her before she hits the ground, places her gently on the floor, closes her eyes. He slowly walks up the stairs. He kicks down the door to Issei's bedroom as all three of the perverts look back at the door as they see Izuku. Two shadow spears shoot out of the shadows, impaling Issei's two friends, killing them instantly. Issei has an expression of fear on his face. He fell down to the ground on his rear. Who are you? Why are you doing this? Why did you kill my friends? Where's my parents? What did you do to my parents? Nothing personal, Issei Hayudu. Your parents are dead. You could be a threat to my sister's future plans. I'll make sure I'll make sure that I'll make sure your end is fast and painless. You fucking bastard, I'm gonna kill you. Issei rushed towards the young Hydra. Izuku simply kicked him against the wall. Then he created a void blade in his hand, impaling Issei in the shoulder. Issei in pure panic threw his alarm clock that has very suggestive phrases from female anime voices. During this time, he was distracted. Issei got to the sword and ripped out his shoulder as he tried to run out of the door. Before he could leave the room, Izuku ignited his black fire from his hands, burning Issei, as Issei screamed in pure pain. Issei noticed his gem on his right arm as he sliced his arm off, separating his arm before he could awaken his sacred gear fully, and pierce his blade into Issei's heart, killing him instantly. Then going around burning the evidence in the room. As he turns the gas pilot onto the house, as he light a candle and place it in the living room, as he slowly closed the door, as he walks out of the house, as he made it halfway through the block, as the barrier slowly dissipates, as there's a loud explosion. The ruckus, because of the noise, there's quite a crowd in front of the Haidu's house seeing it burn down to the ground. Everyone gasped in horror of the scene. As Izuku cut through an alleyway, Heaven immediately noticed that the death of the host of the Long Itis for the Red Dragon Emperor was slain by the angel system or the heaven system. I forget what it's called, but nevertheless. When he was walking in the alleyway, several light spears hit the ground in front of him as a female fallen angel descent down. I know what you did. You saved me the trouble from killing him myself. But who do you work for? What faction do you belong to? Hello, Miss Fallen Angel. Answer me before I run you through. Several void spears appear in the sky as Rainer tries to avoid each spear. By Izuku's distraction, he formed his magic circle and disappeared from the alleyway. God damn it, he got away. We'll definitely meet again. You could count on that. As she flew back to the abandoned church to inform the rest of her fellow fallen angels that there might be a new player in town. She's unsure of what faction he belongs to or his motives. She couldn't even tell what species he belongs to. She's unsure if he's human, devil, or something else entirely. A Hydra magic circle appeared at his manor as he appears in the magic circle. A small magic circle appeared over his ear to contact Volley. Sister, it's me. What is Izuku? I'm kind of busy right now. I found the red one. Where's the Red Dragon Emperor? Dead. What do you mean dead? I killed him. I left no one alive. I killed him before he could fully awaken his sacred gear. Only one who knows is a fallen angel, but she's unaware of, but I highly doubt she knew what sacred gear he hold. Lay low for now. The angels most likely know Drag Host is dead by now. Once you arrive at Kuo Academy, keep your cover intact. And try to get the ruined Princess Rias Gremory attention without breaking your cover. If everything goes well, she'll try to add you to her peerage. When she approaches you, don't accept at first. If you accept too fast, she might get suspicious. Once you're part of her peerage, send me information of her activities and her operations. Play the nice little servant. You must stay loyal to her until the time comes. Understood, big sister. You've done well, little brother. Izuku was taken aback by her last comment. She's never once called Izuku by that title, by little brother. You've done me proud. When you have any information, relay it to do not relay it to me. Contact Kuroka. She will relay any information you have to me. We should break contact from this point on. You don't trust me, sister? Far from it. I trust you quite a bit. We just have to play this smart. And for that fallen angel you mentioned, if she becomes a problem, kill her. Will do. Good luck, little brother. As they cut transmission, Izuku turns to the television. The murder of the Haidu family is on the news. They expect foul play, but there's no evidence of the suspect the person who caused this. As Izuku hears the simple message, if you have any information, please contact your nearest police station. First stage complete. As Izuku turns off the TV, as he has a smile on his face, as he's sitting on in the main chair in one of the offices, in the manner. As that's where we cut our episode off there. Hope you guys have a good night and day. Judged by time zones. Yeah. This is going to be interesting. Now, considering Issei's out of the picture, yeah, this is going to be quite an interesting story. So I'll catch you guys in the next part. All right, like.